Welcome back to digital class, and now we're looking at the nets of solid. So what is nets? Nets is basically a 2D shape that can be folded to form a 3D shape solid. So here's an example here. You can see this is a cube. This is actually a 3D shape, and these are the examples of nets. These are the examples of nets. As you can see, this, if I were to fold it like this, then put it on top, then this can be folded to become a cube. Okay? And as well as you can see, this is the cuboid, and this is the nets, and this can be folded to become a cuboid. Okay? And as you can see here, I give you 3 examples of the nets. And if you can see here, I say number of faces, number of faces. What's the reason I'm giving you number of faces here? Because if you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that is because there are 6 faces in this cube. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there are 6 faces in the cuboid. And the reason why am I pointing out this 6 is because if one day you notice there's 7 here, example 7 square here, that is definitely not a nets of a solid anymore. Okay? Now, let's look at here. Facts. They are total of how many nets for cube? Now, we actually have a limited number of nets of cube, and they are actually total of 11. Okay, just for information. And I've provided you 3 here, and I will need you to draw one more here. This space, you can draw one more. And of course, you can choose whatever nets that you think is what you want here. Okay, I'll give you an example here. So this is the 11. These are the 11 nets. 11 nets of cube. So I've given you the 3. I've given you this. I've given you this. And I've given you this. So the rest, you can just choose either one and draw it. Okay. But of course, exam, it can come up any of this lah. Okay. But I just want you to at least know 4. Then the rest you can think about it. If exam it came out. Okay. So just choose one, pause the video and draw it. Okay. Let's move on. And cuboid. Cuboid, this is just one of the example. If you want, you can also draw another one. Or just draw lah, okay? I will suggest you to draw so that you can get to know a bit different. It can be something like this as well. I mean, again, there are still different possibilities, but this is just one of those. Okay, and I will strongly suggest you go to this website, Nets of Q and Cuboid, because if you go and search this, you'll be able to experience how to play with the nets, how to fold it, how to open it. Yeah, so I will not show it here, but I will strongly suggest you go and scan the QR code or go to this website and experience it. Okay, now let's try to do a fun fact here. There are a total of how many nets for a cuboid with 3 different lengths? Now, you know cuboid, not necessarily to be a square on the side. So if all these 3 lengths are different, then what are the possibilities of the nets? The answer is actually 54. Okay? I don't think you'll come out in PSLE, but it's just for your fun learning. Okay, let's move on. Cone, how many faces do we have? We know that's 2, 1 curve, 1 flat. How about cylinder? We have 3. So, this is one of the example of the nets, but there are different possibilities. If I move 1 mm, it'll be a new one. If I move 1 more mm, it'll be a new one. It can be on left, can be right. That's up to how you design it. Cylinder as well. Also can be 1 left, 1 right. Possible. Yeah, you can draw it nicer. Just that I don't have too much time to draw it nicer for you, but you can draw nicely, okay? Now let's move on. You can pause the video if you need to draw. Now, pyramid, triangular pyramid. How many faces do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, if I were to make it harder, it can look like this. If I were to make it harder, okay? possible. Just another extra one. If I were to make it harder, it can be uh, like this. Yeah, if you want. Oh, how many number of faces? We have five here. You can pause the video if you need. Triangular prism. How many faces do we have? We have five. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. If I want, I can move the triangle up here, move the triangle down here, also can. And pentagonal prism, we have seven faces. And I've given you the three examples here for you. Okay? Yeah. So these are just some examples of the nets of solid. And perhaps when you go through some of the questions here, and you know that some of these can be a bit tricky and difficult. Like number one, there's something simple, but number two, a bit more difficult because I have shaded two faces and you need to find out which one gives you the possibility of forming this cube. Yeah, okay? And you can try it out, okay? And I think that's it for my discussion for the next of solid. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.